Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between KraV, Starbuck versus RazerMoon and Orfey. This game takes place here on Shattered Exiled 2.4 as KraV is spawning as the purple human player on the top right hand side of the map. We have Starbuck spawning as the purple undead on the bottom right. It is a true East meets West battle as we're looking at KraV spawning as the orange Night Elf on the bottom left, and finally Starbuck spawning as the orange Night Elf on the top left. So left versus right here, both sides. Both of the Night Elf players on Razor and Orphe. Wait, hold on. RazerMoon. Sorry, did I click back over here? Did I get confused? I may have gotten confused for a second. All right, so my intro may have been a little bit off. RazerMoon, Orfey, gonna be double Night Elf, both of them opening things up with Ancients of War close to an orange creep camp. No big surprises there. RazerMoon looking to go for a Tavern Hero with that delayed Altar of Elders. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter coming in from Orfey. Back on the undead side, Starbuck opening things up with a Death Knight, as we are going to be going into a Mountain King coming in from KraV. KraV not needing that Archmage, perhaps, a human will be able to have all of their casters have fully pumped out on mana with the help of some obsidian statues from his partner. All right, let's take a look at how things are already unfolding. That one archer, two archers will be trained up here. Altar of Elders is nearly done, and we're still needing to hit that 2-minute 15-second mark. All right, KraV is setting up one scout tower already, and we're just really waiting for the heroes to make their presence known on the scene, and we will get this game underway. All right, Ancient of War already uprooted for a little bit, and now not actually going after those creep camps or joining in a battle as I expected. Instead, going after some close creep camps here. The Ancients of War actually acting as a little bit of a scout to see any enemy heroes who make their presence known. Coming back on the other side here, Mountain King also doing a little bit of creeping, as well as the Death Knight also clearing out some, relatively easy creep camps. We are looking at a Dark Ranger as that first hero coming across from RazerMoon. And what's interesting about that Dark Ranger is with creep camps that have a large number of low-level creeps, it is very, very beneficial for that Dark Ranger as they're able to transform skeletal minions very quickly. All right, let's go ahead and get this party started, so to speak. Here, racking up that damage, going to be going after some of those units, already picking up a rogue from this mercenary camp as well. One minion already out here onto the battlefield, absorbing a little bit of damage. A second rogue is going to be taking some damage as well, as the Demon Hunter, nearly at level 2, runs across the map and is going to scout a footman here. No, just holding position, oddly enough, as we're looking at an expansion here in the center portion. Detonation, beautiful detonation, denying the blight for Starbuck to be able to summon down a Ziggurat. No mana burn as of yet, but Mountain King does have ideas of Stormbolt, perhaps trying to go after that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does end up getting taken down. There has to zoom out a little bit. I've talked about this in the past. My apologies. I swear I was not trying to do any zoom in or zoom out there. Anyways, coming back across here, Necropolis taking a pelt of arrows. Mountain King going to Stormbolt down an Archer. Archer quickly going to be finished off. Shadow Meld not going to be in time, as the Mountain King has plans to rinse and repeat again. All right. Any sign of a reveal? Yes, we are. There's a quick reveal. There's a bash to, make things a little bit worse, as a Starbuck is doing a great job alongside KraV to set up this expansion here, picking up some of those units. All right, Skeletal Minion is going to get taken down. There goes an Acolyte. Another Dark Minion comes back out, but RazerMoon is just completely swarmed in this position. There is a large number of Skeletal Minions here. There's a mana burn onto that Mountain King. Both sides are trying to fight their way through. Dust of Appearance. Demon Hunter trying to go after the Necropolis here, as he's kind of stuck between, a tough spot, and he's going to get taken down. Scroll of Town Portal, as you remember, was already used, as the Mountain King, looking to rack up more damage. It looks like he actually went for Thunderclap as opposed to the bash that I originally thought. So Stormbolt and Thunderclap there. We saw a little bit of slow across multiple units, as the Dark Ranger is going to be forced to flee and retreat. Level 3 now on that Mountain King already. That Death Knight not too far behind at level 2. And KraV and Starbuck is just in a great position to take a major lead. All right, Ancient of War needs to absorb quite a bit of damage. Demon Hunter needs to, well, get popped back out here in just a moment. Shouldn't take too long. Level 1 heroes resurrect very fast as this 2v2 is coming at us, or coming at us quickly. The tempo, the pacing of a 2v2 matchup, always having something to see going on the map, rather difficult as the Dark Ranger is continuing to slowly build up an army, going after those Kobold Geomancers as well. By going after those Kobold Geomancers, more Dark Minions are coming back out onto the battlefield, and by getting those Kobold Geomancers out here onto the battlefield, well, that Kobold Taskmaster really racking up quite a bit of damage as well. Going to be able to clear it out with this Tree of Life, who now needs to entangle that gold mine. Starbuck still hasn't haunted that gold mine here. Meanwhile, Death Knight now going after that Ancient of War. A lot of low hit point ghouls. Ghouls could get taken down. No, Ancient of War actually getting the last hit on that ghoul there, as the Demon Hunter could have a little bit of a problem. Trying to break free, does break free from a detonation off of those skeletal minions, as the Demon Hunter unable to slip past all that easily. Back off to the north, though, Mountain King of KraV doing a great job clearing up this creep camp off to the north end. I think the reason why I'm confused is I keep on thinking KraV is going to be an undead player. So a little bit of off-race playing here as an Ancient of War quickly getting taken down. All right, remainder of this creep camp has been cleared up. Starbuck now retreating back away here. Demon Hunter now making its way across, perhaps going to try and go after some of these units. There is that assassin that does deal slow poison damage, essentially a dryad at tier 1, making it very easy to finish off all of those low hit point or all of those trailing ghouls early on. Oh, beautiful use of Moonwell construction, deconstruction to keep that wisp alive, as the units now look to retreat back away. Back down to the south side here, we're looking at the Demon Hunter of Orfey trying to break free, just trying to get to level 3 for that level 2 mana burn, which is so much more efficient. All right, however, constant experience is being denied, Tome of Intelligence being picked up here, and all Orfey really wants is to get some kills on these undead units. All right, unit after unit starting to fall here. Demon Hunter, well, not going to be able to get to level 3 just quite yet, but 13 more experience is all that will be needed, as slow poison does go down, but does not last long on those enemy heroes. Back off to the north, Mountain King picking up True Shot Aura, getting very close to level 4. Meanwhile, Dark Ranger continuing to build up a large army here by with all of those skeletal minions in that front line. The question is now going to be, what is RazerMoon's strategy if the undead and the human player don't have a lot of 2 supply units? You will often find that the Dark Ranger's ability to convert those 2 supply units really, those skeletal minions relies on being able to kill low supply units that are generally masked, making it very effective here. All right, Battle Golem going to be left behind for the Demon Hunter to clean up. Don't even have time to clear up my thoughts or explain anything, as the Mountain King, well, going after some of these units here, getting creep jack, as we now see level 2 Blood Mage. Both sides going to be fighting their way through a little bit more damage. All right, are we going to see Siphon Mana or anything like that? Death Knight now coming back across into the center. Death Knight realizes, wait, I'm not in that great of a spot either, as Death Coil and Stormbolt coming back across here. No Frost Nova just quite yet. Death Knight now trying to retreat back down to 69 hit points. Archer perhaps going to try and get into harm's way. He does get into harm's way, but actually just gets rolled over, as that Death Knight is very fast. Coming back across on the other side, Dark Ranger now finding some targets. Demon Hunter going after some other targets here. Lich is out here on the battlefield, and mana burns are going down. Siphon Mana back into that Mountain King for a new Stormbolt here, as we're looking at the Death Knight could be in some trouble. 4 supply, Scroll of Town Portal escaped, as the Brewmaster going to get finished off here right before the leave. All right, Mountain King trying to get away. Footman getting left behind, as the Mountain King gets a Stormbolt down onto an Archer, giving, well, I thought there was a level up there somewhere. It looked like there was a level up, but no, that Mountain Brewmaster still at 1, Dark Ranger still at 4. Dryads trying to catch up to the Mountain King. Mountain King, no boots of speed, as the Dryads are going to be playing a game of, hey, I'm going to dance in front of you while you are slowed, and that could be problems. All right, Brewmaster coming back across here. Both sides, Stormbolt onto the unit. Mountain King still has to dance around. Mountain King still pretty fast, trying to get some slow poison damage onto this unit here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, the Brewmaster of RazerMoon needs to back away, could be in trouble, and in comes the Mountain King. Mountain King, however, low on mana, and Mountain King, what's he planning to do here? Trying to engage here as the Brewmaster gets killed by that Mountain King and now has a potion of lesser invulnerability. Mountain King somehow being able to stay alive here, trying to dance back around as the Dryads are unable to easily surround this target. Mountain King down to 263 hit points, dropping quickly. Brewmaster falls at level 1 on the other side. Are we going to see a mana burn? No, we are not. We did see dual Brewmasters, or as Orfey now taking a banished Death Coil. Frost Nova would have been an icing on that cake, but well, the Lich just doesn't want to stay that close. There's a Frost Nova on to that Assassin. Assassin now trying to retreat back. More damage as those Crypt Fiends, well, are going to be a bit slow outside of the range of that Death Knight's Unholy Aura. Dryad could try and finish down that Zeppelin. No Zeppelin finish off there as the Goblin Zeppelin quickly heads over to the trees and the Mortar teams while clearing the way against those Dryads. Big damage to go around everywhere. We're coming back across Druids of the Claw now out here on the battlefield, offering a bit of healing as well. Supply count 49 over 60 and 49 over 50. Expansion built off to the north and here as well. So RazerMoon and Orfey actually expanding everywhere on the map and going to have some major gold advantage. However, gold in the bank doesn't matter as much as units on the battlefield, and we may see the undead human army build up a larger army here and putting in pressure. All right, here we go into an engagement. Flying machine back, or Zeppelin trying to back away here. Druids of the Claw getting rejuvenations to go around as the Demon Hunter now tries to go after some of these other units. Obsidian Statue gets mana burned here. All right, no. Goblin Zeppelin picking up and dropping off units, having a Priest and a Crypt Fiend in the same place here. All right, forcing a fight here down at the south side. Doesn't want to over-invest into this fight here as the Brewmaster now going to be coming back across now, going after some of these units. A new Ancient of Wonders trying to be placed down, and the enemy or the other army now going to go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal to try, and where are they trying to Scroll of Town Portal to? Not quite sure. Where did they go? Where did that army go? All right, there it is. It did actually Scroll of Town Portal. Their timing was what threw me off. All right, more damage. Level 4 now on that Demon Hunter, trying to push back the other way. Mortar teams are going to be able to fire from the backside here with Inner Fire and perhaps be able to lob that damage. Mortar teams going unchecked is a definite problem as Silence goes across the entire front line of the Purple Army. Breath of Fire going back across Staff of Sanctuary, saving that knight there as both sides continuing to fight more. Mortar teams lobbing up that damage, just throwing it up in the air, and no matter where it lands, damage will be dealt. Rather, we know where it's going to land. We just don't know who's going to be standing there underneath that mortar. Friend or foe, damage is added. All right, 3 mortar teams right there. Panda going to get a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire across multiple units. Panda now being forced to back off those mortar teams with that long range in the back. And if they can actually start finding some Dryads, that is some major damage indeed. Siphon mana into the Mountain King. Mountain King looking to dance back around here as the Panda wants to get some more Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire off. Unable to do so. Disease Cloud starting to rip across all of these Dryad units as well. So the what is that? The Meat Wagons with their Disease Cloud really racking up a damage. Even if there is a retreat, that is going to cause a bit of problems. Mountain King continuing to fight back here. Bear is now trying to come in with claws. The Brewmaster of level 1 does end up falling. Massive fight going back across multiple sides here as Dryads are splatting. Bears are getting taken down. And this is an absolute bloody bat that could turn into high-level heroes here in just a second. All right, Death Knight, Mana Flare coming across from those Fairy Dragons. Low hit point units are somehow surviving. Bears are getting taken down. Lich falls at level 2 as the Death Knight still trying to make its way over. Staff of Preservation saves there as the Destroyer trying to go after some more of these units. So much damage racked up, so much mortar team damage, Meat Wagon damage here to eat through all of those Dryads in the back. Well, some Dryads are still alive. We'll see how quickly they get splatted down. Point proven as the Mountain King gets up to level 5. Could try to throw down a Stormbolt after some other unit again. All right, Druid of the Claw down to 353 hit points. Could get Stormbolted down. Blood Mage now back out here on the battlefield. Archmage is walking around with Brilliance Aura first at level 1 to top off the enemy here, or all the heroes and those mortar or all those obsidian statues who are already taking down Archmage. Gets up to level 2 quickly after this quick onslaught, as Starbuck and KraV looking like absolute gems here. But the gold of Orfey cannot be denied. However, is that gold just going to translate into higher experience levels for Starbuck and KraV like it is right now? All right, Panda continuing to push back on through. New Panda coming online. Breath of Fire at level 1 is just not going to be dealing that much damage against all of these tier 3 units. More mortar teams trying to lob in more damage, repairs onto that Tree of Life now as the units are looking to fall back. Meat Wagons forcing that Tree of Life to uproot as it does not want to take bonus damage because it has fortified armor. Archmage continuing this battle here. Destroyers continuing to go after some of those Druids of the Claw, trying to rack up more damage as the Meat Wagons now being forced to retreat back. This has been a long battle, but these long battles could actually benefit RazerMoon and Orfey, as they do have an additional base over their opponent, but they cannot just continue to feed more and more experience to their opponent, as the Death Knight is already at 4.5, Mountain King is already at 5, Blood Mage sitting at 3, and we still have massive retreat getting underway. Low hit point Druid of the Claw, all of these units need to heal back up. Re-entangling this gold mine happening now, but I believe Starbuck and KraV is going to be putting pressure back onto this base here in just a moment. And right now it is 4 bases versus 3, with this gold mine still trying to be entangled. Flying Machine's going to be able to easily take down this Tree of Life here, or excuse me, Mortar Team's going to be able to easily take down this Tree of Life here, as we now see the counter push. Meat Wagons pushing on through. Here we are, Druids of the Claw need to be in Claw form to really rack up that damage, as the Druids of the Claw are now pushing through again. All right, Panda quickly getting taken down again. Once more, level 1 Panda falling as the Death Knight now tries to retreat back. Death Knight, enemy hero control of Starbuck, keeping low hit point units alive has been key, as that Death Knight hasn't been in a good position for a long time. Meat Wagon getting blown over right there. More Meat Wagons could get taken down. Dark Ranger seeing that level 5. Could we get Charm onto the table, as the Brewmaster now down to 175 hit points. He gets Staff of Preservation to back home. There's more Roar. There's more damage here. The Destroyers are going to be devouring that magic pretty quickly, as we're looking at level 6 now on the Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger level 6. We level 3 Archmage, or level 3 Blood Mage, level 2 Archmage also falling, as this battle is still raging on here. Dark Ranger, well, still with black arrows firing out. Not quite sure if it really needs those black arrows, as a bunch of low hit point Druids of the Claw are still in the battlefield here. Mountain King down to 58 hit points. It survives. 35 hit points, being able to get in the very far back again. Meanwhile, Destroyers going after bear could easily finish him off, as there goes another Druid of the Claw again. All right, Flying Machines now, pretty much going unchecked. Dark Ranger getting a rejuvenation, as we need to see more healing across all of these units. This gold mine off to the north has mined quite a bit out of it so far, and both sides are still fighting their way through. I think that was a possession right there. And yeah, there suddenly a Destroyer has turned the tides and going back the other way. Flying Machines going after that Destroyer, now down to 362 hit points. Both sides are still fighting their way. Is the Dark Ranger's possession going to be the defining factor? Mana burn and allowing the Knight to get away. No, Knight actually gets splattered by their own mortar team again. Damage to friend and foe alike, causing major problems. Dark Ranger has another potion of mana, is going to be using that potion of mana the instant that possession cooldown comes to an end. Both sides still fighting their way through. Lich continuing to battle up. There goes a beautiful mana burn and a Staff of Preservation to try and save a unit there, as the Dryads are still retreating back. All right, are we going to see another possession? 168, 169. Where is that possession? Taking another Destroyer again, and now trying to retreat back. All right, Dark Ranger possession. That cooldown cannot be fast enough for RazerMoon and Orfey's chances of survival and winning. That one Ancient of Wonders needs to pick up another potion of mana, as the Obsidian statues are now trying to retreat back here. That is quite a bit of damage. Death Coil saving that Abomination there from near certain death, as 2 Destroyers are just racking us up so much. A big Breath of Fire, 1 Obsidian statue down to 7 hit points, somehow still staying alive, as the Lich falls at level 4. Siphon mana into the Mountain King. Mountain King should have plenty of storm bolts, and now goes into Avatar for a little bit more battle damage. All right, Panda continuing to battle it through here. Panda sitting at level 3, getting up to level 4 as well, as the Destroyers are battling it up in the skies, trying to win out this battle here. Brewmaster, Staff of Preservation for the save. Stormbolt onto the Druid of the Claw, as it is retreating again. Both sides still fighting their way through. Are they going to be going after some of these other units? No, Starbuck, that is a lot of destroyers in the air as the units are trying to retreat back. All right, coming back through, more units retreating back here. Dark Ranger, where is the Dark Ranger? Staff of Preservation for the save. Demon Hunter back around here, perhaps going to get some mana burns again as the Avatar now getting body blocked, slow poison, making it difficult to try and retreat as the Demon Hunter does have that that anti-magic shell preventing any sort of real storm bolts going down. More Siphon mana coming back on through. Here we are going into more damage. Avatar, Mountain King down to 177 hit points. He's able to retreat back as we see another possession go down again. Dark Ranger having so much going on, still now switching to Orb of Venom instead of those black arrows, should have enough mana when the time comes. All right, multiple possessions, that has been the key to the game so far. Silence going down, needs to get another potion of mana if he wants to rinse and repeat that strategy over and over again. A lot of low hit point units, and it looks like Orfey and RazerMoon are somehow finding a way to make this strategy work. Panda needs to get another Breath of Fire off, unable to do so as they are now falling back again. Brewmaster, Staff of Preservations, retreat back home. Dark Ranger going to pick up a new potion of mana from that Ancient of Wonders, and they are holding on to this gold advantage. But what is this? KraV secretly setting up guard towers off on the north side, and then going to perhaps pivot to the north side to take down a different set of gold mines with a bit of home field advantage for them as well. All right, Dark Ranger has enough. Use that potion of mana already. Are we going to see a possession on Abomination? No, only going after destroyers. And we see another destroyer turning, being a turncoat, now up to 4, I believe, 4 or 5 destroyers ready to go. Siphon mana, mana burn, silence across all of those units in the center. Stormbolt onto Druid of the Claw, finishing him off, or Death Coil, not quite sure which, as we are still looking at more retreats. Frost Nova going down, slowing up those, frontline bears and everything behind it as the destroyers are going after target after target after target. Gold is a major problem. It is 3 gold mines to 1 right now, which is the big difference. Starbuck trying to push back the other way, but it is really a story of possession by the Dark Ranger. Coming back through, banish onto the bear. Bear taking additional damage from those destroyers as the Dark Ranger now only using that Orb of Venom to lob attacks, being able to save some mana for the possession when the time comes. Are we seeing another Ancient of Wonders? Yeah, so Ancient of Wonders, the cooldown on that potion of mana, actually part of the overall effect here. He's buying, or the Dark Ranger's buying potions of mana faster than she can use them, as we're looking at the Dark Ranger. All of these units trying to retreat back now. Acolyte's going to try and fall back once again. Destroyers right here. Druids of the Claw perhaps going to get off some more rejuvenations again, as we now see the pivot off to the north side to clear out a different gold mine. All right, so off to the north now. Guard towers are here, going to be able to easily finish off there as the Death Knight now needs to try and retreat back. Destroyers trying to retreat back. This gold mine here nearly out of gold, down to 30 seconds of gold mining, and that is all she's going to write as the destroyers of the Night Elf army. And I say destroyers with a plural. That is, 5 destroyers right there. Dark Ranger could make it 6 here. I don't remember the cooldown on the last one. There's a more damage as the Death Knight cannot Death Coil the Dark Ranger, allowing her to be a perfect anti-death or anti-undead hero, and being able to not have to worry about the Death Coil Frost Nova combination. All right, fighting back going on off to the north here. Or Dryads trying to retreat back away. They're not going to be able to stick around all that long. Archmage, Bloodmage still looking pretty strong here. Brewmaster falls at level 2, so Purple is doing a great job as they're now looking to take down the Tree of Life. 90 over 100 supply. All right, Gold Mine here has been completely cleaned up as, gold has completely mined out of this location. All right, guard towers here. Frost Nova going after the Chimeras. Chimeras could be easy free targets to try and get killed. There's another possession again. So the Dark Ranger continuing to possess more and more targets as we see Orfey doing a transition into chimeras. So the chimeras can easily go after these obsidian statues. Obsidian statues only takes maybe 3 shots before getting taken down there, but the chimeras are a bit slow. Silence across the entire undead army off to the north side here. Both sides still fighting their way through. Guard towers doing quite a bit of damage against all of these destroyers. Both sides are fighting. Chimeras do have that longer siege range damage, as we're going to be going into an engagement here. Both sides fighting. Guard towers acting as a bit of home field advantage. So many health bars, trying to keep track of what is going on, trying to figure out which target to take down, as the Archmage now blowing down a blizzard to rack up more and more damage. Archmage has taken quite a beaking, now need to back on up. Bloodmage could get taken down, and now we see Anime dead from Starbuck, as the Death Knight uses that ultimate ability to try and go after more units as well. That is just an illusion, not an Animate dead unit, as these guard towers will end up sticking around a little while longer. Archmage and Bloodmage both end up falling, though, as this Demon Hunter does get up to level 6 with Metamorphosis. All right, Lich now in a little, could be in trouble, but the Death Knight is nearby, can use up some Clarity Potions and get a Death Coil if the Demon Hunter does turn back around. Orfey, it is currently 1 gold mine versus 0 right now, and still it is anyone's game with so many ultimate heroes out here onto the battlefield. There goes another destroyer. Frost Nova going down onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does have a Scroll of Town Portal, and he is going to back away. Mountain King gets up to level 7. Scroll of Town Portal saves 2 Druids of the Claw, and the army sizes 13 supply and 23, going up against 61 supply and 52. So Orange with the definitive advantage in terms of army size, but small skirmishes happening all over the place could change the overall pacing of this game. Tree of Life here could try and uproot, make its way back off to the north and set up a new base. Meanwhile, down to the south side here, Death Knight, Mountain King, and a Lich, level 7, level 6, level 5, really working well together here. And I think that is going to be the game. Starbuck giving the GG right there. Orfey and RazerMoon with commanding performance here. Look at the resource score showing, just how much gold these players were able to mine. RazerMoon and Orfey. RazerMoon, taking an incredible amount of gold considering the amount of gold he lost to upkeep, as he was often in high upkeep, as we checked at him at 90 supply. With all that said, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.